All right, how we doing? Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I was reading the Truba article. I wanted to know what the hell I was talking about when you guys started coming at me with it. How you doing? I saw what you're doing there, Dave. I see it, Dave. That's okay. That's all right. So I mean that you're just telling me you want to trade look, Larson and Stolars. Okay, we'll do it this way, Dave. What's that? It's like 3.5, 2.5. So that's 6 million. So Larson and Stolars for Sordiff and a first, and that'll clear the cap space for you to get Truba from the Rangers. All right. Would that does that do it for you, Dave? Hey, Metal, sell the team. Oh wait, never mind. 2 points. Right. Strafashi, no. Just say no to Truba. No. I cannot imagine a scenario. I mean, I guess for free, like if the Rangers were going to eat all 8 million, I guess we could give him a couple of weeks and see if he could fit in. I'm freezing in here. It is 30 degrees right now. Actually, it's saying it's 37. I don't believe that. But no, I would not. I don't think that Truba's not going to be happy anyway. He didn't want to leave because his wife is in medical school, or I guess she's in the last year of her residency. So, I guess they had a couple of deals on the table over the summer, but he nixed them because he had a no trade, no move. Dave says it's minus 16 here. Jeez. Okay, yeah, I'll shut up. Oh my God. I've lived that day. Remember, I lived in Alaska. In Alaska, it warms up to minus 16. Okay. In Alaska, when you have a warm spell in January, it warms up to minus 16. Let me tell you, what's the coldest temperature you ever been in, Dave? I think I was in negative 57. I think it was negative 57. Hey, Killer Miller, how you doing, bud? Cuba wants to know if I would go back to the draft and draft Knight again or Cole Caulfield. Oh, that's a tough call. I mean, we've got so many good forwards. Like, what forward would we not have had we drafted Caulfield? Right? Would we have gone out? I got to remember the order of things. Is that the year that we got Reinhardt? Right? Because Knight was Talon's last draft, and Zito made those other moves. So if we had Caulfield in the fold, which forward would he have not gone and gotten? Would he have not, picked up for Hagee? Would he have not gone after Reinhardt, Rodriguez? Meadow says Erod, right? Dave says I got you there. Maybe Duclair. Yeah. I'm not going to throw Knight under the bus for last night. I mean, Owen Tippett we're just leaving guys wide open on the side of the net. I just can't. I know the game before he didn't have a great game. I just can't pin last night on him, man. The times when our defense has been playing well, he's allowed 2 goals, 3 goals, or no goals. Yeah, I kind of agree with Craig saying I'd keep Knight. Yeah, Dave, you've been in minus 52. Jeez, I mean, once it gets to a certain temperature, it's just. Of course, I was 18, so your body's different. I can't imagine doing that now at this age. I have enough trouble when it's 24, 25 degrees a night. I try not to blow up my electric bill to keep the house warm. So, because sometimes in the winter when it gets cold like this, I'll have an $800 electric bill. I don't got $800. I don't have $800. I don't. I just don't. Yeah, true. That was a hell of a game last night. That was some back and forth. Holy crap. Let's not do that again for a couple of weeks. Certainly let's not do that in any of these late games, because I don't know about you, but it took me a few hours to fall asleep. Meadow says he made 29 saves last night. If that puts anything into perspective, right? True says Knight was screened for 2 goals. He's a great goalie. I think he'll be fine. Yeah. Great White says, why are we not giving Drieger a chance? He's 14-6 with the Panthers and 10-14 with the Kraken. He's not had good luck with injuries and whatnot since he left here. Dave says 2 goals Spence he should have had. That's probably about right. I think the first power play goal, the 2 Tippett goals he had no chance on. There was just nothing. And the other one, the one where Luosterainen, that might have been the first Tippett goal. I don't know about that. The one where Luosterainen just gave up the puck on the side of the board, it was just crazy, because if you're Knight, Luosterainen's got the puck on the boards, and like 2 seconds later, the puck's in the back of the net. And you just kind of trust your players not to do stupid things like that. Hey, James. James. Philadelphia looked fast. In fact, you could say they were flying out there. They did, especially that second period. But Kyle and I could get on the ice and look fast against the Panthers in the second period. That goes all the way back to last year. The second periods, I don't know what happens to this team in the second period, but it's like they just assume if we play a good first and a third, we can win. It kind of works most of the time, right? Vincent says, if Urban Dictionary going to need new synonyms for being very bad, we have the answer, being Aaron Ekblad. That's not the same dude. I'm not kidding. The dude's beard was black for about a week, and he was great. And now I'm telling you, I'm not even kidding about that. I'm not even kidding. He gave himself the juju with the beard color, and it's wearing off. I'm not even joking a little bit about that. Excuse me. Buck says, yeah, big trade coming soon. Well, Trouba's out. We don't know what's going to happen there. Sean says his team's playing like the President's Cup year. We score touchdowns and give up a lot of field goals. That's about right. That's about right. No, true. He put Samoskevich down because of the cap space. He had no choice. With Bob's wife having the baby, we had to call up Drieger to be the backup, and so somebody had to go down. And Knight's the only guy on the team that's waivers exempt. So he's not even playing. The checkers aren't even playing during the time. So it was just a technical move, so to speak. Hey, Bucks Rays. Drew says, I wish I could get an hour on the ice with Eggplant and Chucky and teach them a couple of tips on skating. I would guarantee I would add at least 5 miles an hour to their skating speed. So just go down there and do it. Make yourself a nuisance. That's what I would do. Huh? They couldn't have sent down Boquist. I don't think so. I don't think so, because I don't think Boquist is on a 2-way deal. Let me see. Jesper Boquist contract. It's just the minimum wage, but it does. I don't think it's a 2-way deal. If you're talking about Jesper, either one probably got the same deal. Yeah, no, it's as far as I can tell there, it's not a two-way deal because he's past that point. His rookie contract was 19, 20, and 21. So he's too many contracts in to get a two-way deal like that. Hey, thank you, Great White. Thank you, buddy. Thank Great White. He says, my two favorite teams play Saturday, Panthers and Sharks. Who do I root for? Overtime. Root for the shootout. Root for the shootout. Yeah, why not? Do that. As long as Bobrovsky's in. Root for the shootout. Everybody gets a little something. Dave says, so how do the playoffs work? I'm never sure year to year. Well, right now, right now I actually looked at that this morning, Great White, or Dave. Right now, you guys would play Tampa because it's the 8th seed is going to be, literally the 8th seed. If you guys win the division, all right, if you guys win the division and you finish actually as the number 1 seed, you play the 8th seed, right? So the 8th seed right now is actually the Rangers. The 8th seed right now is actually the Rangers, but it's it's so early in the season. But you're going to end up playing Boston, Tampa, the Rangers, the Flyers. I would say out of those 4 teams, if you guys win the division, that's where you're headed. Hey, thank you, Dave. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Dave. He says, I called Sharks win a couple days ago. That said, I did say Panthers would win 2 before the game. Yeah, we kind of should have beat Pittsburgh, though, right? We came pretty damn close. The defense is just, this is all like got to get settled down. Amanda says we were 16-9-2 last year, 27 games in. That's exactly where we are now, right? 16-9-2. Good job, Amanda. So exactly the same. The only difference has got to be, though, the goals against. Right? We've allowed 90 goals against. We are worst in the division except for Montreal. In fact, the only 2 teams in the conference with worse goals against are Pittsburgh and Montreal. Yikes. Meadow says 17-8-2, I thought. No, I'm looking at the standings now. It says we're 16-9-2. Excuse me. Sorry about the cough. Dave says, but this year Leafs have a team. You mean goalie. You meant to say goalie. You had a team. You've had a team. Now you have a goalie. You're welcome. You're welcome. Damn it. Oh, man. Drew says defense is getting caught pinching and missing the puck at the point. That's one of the things. We should never have a breakaway goal happen like it did last night off of an offensive rush from the 4th line. That's not your job. That is just not your job. Nosek takes the shot. The rebound goes to the Philadelphia defenseman. And before the puck is in the back of the net before Gadjevich even gets back into the camera frame. That can't happen. Ha, 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 Trey. Ha, ha, Trey. They haven't even decided whether they're going to waive him or trade him. They're threatening to waive him because he has a no-move clause. So they have a couple of deals on the table, but he would have to waive his no-move clause. So they're threatening to waive him and just put him at the mercy of whoever claims him. if he doesn't waive the no move clause and go where they have a deal to send him. So Great White says, I love the Panthers all year, but just don't kill the Sharks on Saturday, please. I don't think we're killing anybody. I think we're just not going to blow anybody out unless they're a good team. Like if you're the Jets or the Leafs or the Canes and you come knocking, we're going to smack you around to prove to ourselves that we're still the champs. Everybody else gets a pass, apparently. I think that's how we're doing it. I think that's basically what we're doing right now. James says, I thought a no move clause meant he couldn't be waived. Apparently not. Apparently not. I think the idea would, I think that like they would assume, I mean, he may not even be picked up. I mean, $8 million. That's a lot of salary to eat. Hey, thank you, Great White. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Great White. Vincent says this is a Shark channel. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sharks fans are watching. Greg says they'll blow teams out. They just won't shut teams down very often. That's right. That's it. I don't know what we're going to do, man. I kind of feel bad for Schmidt because I think he's been decent, right? I think he's been decent. I think any other year we would be like, Schmidt's cool. We can deal with him. But under these circumstances, trying to win another cup, I mean, I don't think Schmidt's going anywhere. I just kind of feel bad for Schmidt because that's 2 games in a row now that he starts the game with Mikla on the second pair and he ends up on the third pair with Kulikov. James says Bennett has looked faster this year. Contract season. Bennett wants to get paid. Axis says, I'm good with Spencer Knight, but my God, we must find a replacement for Montour and OEL. We got to find a replacement for one of them, right? Like having both was an abundance of luxury. We've got to have a replacement for one of them. We just have to. It's bad. It's kind of have to be a veteran guy. Because, I mean, that's what made OEL and Montour so good in the sense that they weren't young, developing players. They were veteran guys that, knew how to step into a system and do well, especially OEL just comes in for the 1 year. I still think the Leafs are going to give us back OEL. I'm pretty sure because Toronto, the Canadians, they're pretty nice people. They're good people. They're very understanding and non-judgmental. And I would think that they would just give us back OEL just because they would feel bad for us and recognize that wasn't our choice. We were backed up against the wall. So I would expect at some point the Leafs to just like OEL for a 5th or something like that. I genuinely feel that way. I'm sure Dave agrees. Loogie says, I think Monty learned a few tips from OEL. What Trey says, Bennett needs a new tractor, and we're going to annex the Leafs. Yeah, that's a good point. He says, I don't want to say it because it would be nice for the Leafs, but Luke Shen might be up for grabs. They said OEL is a Leaf now. Come on. All right, we got to work on the Kraken to get Monty back. I'd really prefer OEL back. But yeah, we've got to fix this, right? And somebody buy your Ekblad some more beard color so it goes back to being black and he goes back to being good again. Mr. Vid says, good afternoon, Jaws. What did I tell you about it being another day, another W? It didn't look like that for a while, but we'll take it. Vincent says, we need to arrive at the arrangement where our third pair looks like that. Schmidt, Balinskis, Kulikov. So we need a player on the top 2 pairs. That's a quality. Right. Exactly. That's exactly it. If we went Schmidt, Balinskis, Kulikov on the bottom pair, we're good. Mikula, we need. What are we gonna, and it's unfortunate that Truba's not the answer, right? I know he's not. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying it's just unfortunate. There's a guy that's available and he not the answer, unfortunately. Drew says, "Who's this Tippett kid? Don't get me started." Oh, don't get me started. Why don't we just leave him alone on the side of the net? I don't know what Ekblad was thinking. It literally reminded me of the 2.8 seconds left with Mackenzie Weegar. Forsling has the dude in the middle. The dude is on. He's right there in front of the net, in the middle of the ice, in between the circles. Forsling's got him. And Tippett is over here right behind Ekblad. And Ekblad just leaves him alone to go double the guy that Forsling already has. And how dumb? How dumb do you got to be? And that's the thing that pisses me off. Ekblad, the injuries and all that, if your physical abilities, okay. But that's just a purely mental mistake to do that he should not be doing. He knew Tippett was there. He just I don't know what he was thinking. Scientist says, how much longer is Paul Maurice going to experiment with our deep pairs until Bill Zito realizes that we should just blow up a whole defense and start from scratch? Well, I don't think that's going to do us any good. We're trying to win another cup. Let's put it this way. We have a Stanley Cup repeat offense. We got an offense that if the goaltending and defense is right, we could win 3 cups in a row. Okay, the offense is just obscene. Let's just be honest. When you could throw Barkov, Reinhart, and Verhaeghe out there on the second line, and you still got Bennett and Tkachuk to play with after that, it's obscene. It's obscene, our offense. So, assuming Bobrovsky still does playoff Bob things, if we could just get the defense under control. We don't have to win every game 2-1. We could win 4-3. Okay? We can win a cup winning games 4-3. It doesn't have to be like last year where we get a 2-1 lead with 8 minutes left in the second period and we just lock it down. We can win a cup winning 4-3. But we got to get it to 3 instead of 4 and 5 every night. Dave says, but you don't this year. As a Leafs fan, defense wins the games. Yeah, I know defense wins, but the Panthers have, good luck trying to beat the Panthers by holding down our scoring. That's not gonna get it done. Team that's going to unseat the Panthers is going to take advantage of the fact that the defense is shaky. 4-3, 5-4. If a team wants to come at us and play that 2-1 game style, that's to our advantage. We have too much offensive talent. Dave says, thank the hockey gods. Leafs got a defense, right? Trey says, I sound like an Oilers fan right now. If the Oilers had the right goalie, and our defense is better than theirs was, we have a secret weapon, though. We got Bobrovsky. We already know we got a goalie that can win a cup. All right? That's all I'm saying. We already have the experience that we know we could do it. I'm just saying. The Oilers fans don't have the Oilers fans saying that. Let's put it this way. Any other team saying that's talking out the butthole. We got the cup. We can say what we want. They can say what we want. Right? Meadow says it's going to be an entertaining playoffs. And the matchup is going to make a huge difference, right? Right now, we would play the Bruins. Gimme. Right? Right now, we would play the Bruins. Although who knows anymore? I mean, they some of these teams like the Bruins and Rangers panic like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, and they're only like 2 points out of stuff. You know what I mean? I see you, Trey. That's okay. No, but it's true. This team is capable of winning a cup 4-3. That's my opinion. Hey, thank you, Great White. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Great White. He says, Bob, if you want to take Saturday off, I'm okay with that. No rush coming back. If Bob does take Saturday off, $50 says we put Drieger in. I think that after the last 2 games, if Bob still needs, did she have the baby? I don't know if she had the. I mean, I assume she did. Drew says, when I finally send you the package, I've been telling you I'm going to send, and I'm going to send a string for that sweater to lace up, maybe some hockey. Yeah. I lost the thing. I was outside playing with the dogs when I first had this, when they were young and spry. And I was chasing them around. And then I came inside and the string was gone. For all I know, Fluffy found it on the ground and ate it. For all I know, the string was just gone. It was just gone. Silva says $10. Samoskevich doesn't get called back up. Nah, he'll be back. He'll. My only concern with Samoskevich is if he's not going to get his job back on the number 1 power play. That's a concern. I hate for him to lose his job like that. Obviously, Verhaeghe scored, right? So, Great White says, go Shar. Dave, if you all take bets, you got to pay up, right? What did I say? $50 on Drieger? Yeah, I'm not going to take that. I retract my bid offer. I retract my bid offer on eBay. You know, but I guess Bob is supposed to be back. Does anybody know if she had the baby? Did anybody answer that? Trey says he might. I don't think that baby has popped out yet. Okay. Yeah, if the baby. Drew says so is a brown and fluffy lace. Yeah, I don't know. My poodle, when I was a kid, we had a miniature poodle. He would eat my crayons and then shit rainbows. That's a true story. That's literally a true story. He would eat a box of crayons, and then his shit would come out like a swirly cone. Dave, I hope for Dave's sake that, well, let's just say if the Panthers don't win, I hope for Dave's sake that they do, because I'm not so sure if Dave has considered the possibility that the Leafs are still the Leafs. I think Dave has gone over to the dark side and figured, well, how much more pain can they cause me? I may as well just believe 100%. Oh, Trey says Drieger just got sent to Charlotte an hour ago, so I think the baby is out. All right, that makes sense. Do we have any defensemen down there we could pull up? I don't know who we would send back, though. I'm pretty sure if we wait Balinskis or Boquist might not clear. Adam Boquist might clear. I don't know if Balinskis would clear waivers to get him back down to the AHL. This cap thing is a mess. Dave, it's true though. It's true. I wish my dad, back then you had to take pictures with a film camera. Nowadays, you would have just snapped a picture with your phone. I wish we had pictures of it. It was rainbow. It would be in a swirl, man, like a swirl ice cream cone. What was this? Drew says my buddy's dog eats guitar picks, so we call her Pixie. That's funny. God, that's got to hurt coming out though. Loogie says, "Yeah, my old dog ate a blue candle and it shot a blue poo." Yep. Those are the kind of things, if you didn't see it, you wouldn't believe it. It's crazy. And the wrappers would still be. I mean, it was like melted can. It was crazy. It was just crazy. James says Kierstead, Mornfoot, Benning, those are the guys. Yeah, none of that really. No, isn't there some big dude that we got on defense that's not quite ready yet, though? Trey said, what? Trey, is that true? Is that true? Trey? Because I never know with you. You're always trying to troll me now. He says the Rangers are trying to call about Brady Kachuk. Oh, okay. That's like you trying to jump in Shakira's DMs. Yeah, Megna. Yeah, James, thank you. Yeah, Megna. Yeah, well, we'll have to figure something out. Like I said, it's a shame Trouba's not the answer. That would have been nice and convenient, right? If he was the answer, that would have been nice and convenient for us. I don't know how we would have had the cap space. Just not there. Or Horvolka. Yeah, we need a veteran guy. We need a veteran guy. We need to not. I don't like to. I'm not trying to be mean to the dude, but like I don't even want to see Adam Boquist as like 70. I don't want him the first guy off the bench during the playoffs if somebody gets hurt. That dude should just be a forward. He really reminds me of bad Josh Mahura. Remember, there was good Josh Mahura, and then he came back the next year, and he was bad Josh Mahura, running around like a chicken with no head. That's what Adam Boquist reminds me of. Exactly that same vibe. Like whenever he's on the ice, he's just out of position all over the place. Drew says, my sister-in-law's dogs ate her stash and was just falling over. She was fine after a few hours. Jeez. I don't think the dogs, Fluffy didn't like it. When he was younger, I tried a couple of times to, blow in his face. He didn't like it. Ellie would try to eat the air. She would try to eat the smoke. Sonia would just turn her head. Vincent says, I would trade Jaws to the Sharks. Can you trade a shark to the shark? I need a shark jersey. Lukey says, they say if you say her name 3 times in the mirror and shake her hips, she'll show up, Shakira. Oh, my God. That brings up some memories that I am not about to repeat here. That's all I can say in terms of that time frame with Shakira. It was, yeah. True says Boquist is better than Eki. No, man, come on. Yeah, I agree with him, man. He said Boquist is super bad. He always jumps in at the wrong time. True says Boquist is better than Ekblad. I can't go for that. I can't agree with that. Ekblad's not great, but Ekblad is too slow to be running around like a chicken with no head. Ekblad's problem is standing still and hoping that he can separate the man from the puck without having to do anything. Boquist is just always coming back into the frame. Up, the puck's in the back of the net. Here comes Boquist. It's just bad. Dave says, my hips don't lie. Trey. James says, true, but at least Boquist has speed. I've seen a defenseman get beating a lot. If he was in the right position, I wouldn't mind him. Like I said, he Meadow says Boquist for Trouba. Trouba will be 7D. I mean, if the Rangers are going to retain all $8 million, Vincent says Boquist is cheaper than Ekblad, ergo he's better. Dolphins got a beat writer that looks just like Shakira from Colombia. Yeah, Colombia. Yeah. Yeah, Colombia. I remember living down there. Craig says Adam at least has his wheels. Like I said, make him a forward. Make him a forward. That's what we used to say about Matheson, right? Just make Boquist not that we need a forward, not that we need a guy. Chris says no more of these games. Let's please act like the defending champions. We do. When we play a team that we have played in the playoffs in the last couple of years, I think we're 8-0 right now against teams that we've played in the playoffs in the last 2 seasons. The Canes come in and got whacked. The Jets came in and we whacked them. The Leafs, you get the drill. But the rest of the league, we're just like, And every once in a while, we play a team that might be trying to compete to be better for us, and we smack them around, and then we go back to, I'm tired. I played a lot of hockey. Sarah Cordona is the writer you're referring to. Yeah, I know that. Great White says, fun fact, Ekblad's the biggest Panther at 6'4", 220. Yeah, you wouldn't know it. I mean, you would, but you wouldn't, right? Because you don't think of him as like a big tough guy. But yeah, he's a big dude. True says Ekblad does the one hand on the stick defending. It doesn't work and he's slow. That's true. Meadow says he is a forward. His name is Jesper. So just put him on. I mean, Adam Boquist should be like the second forward off the bench. He's not a defenseman. Vincent says, yeah, but on skates, Ekblad is folded and looks thirds of his size. Is right? He kind of slumps down a little bit, right? Dave says April is so far away. Leafs close out season with a few games against the Panthers. Might come down to the final stretch. That's interesting. So, because remember, the Panthers last year could have just and chose to play. I guess we could have chose to play Boston, right? Was that what it was? We chose to play Tampa instead of Boston. I believe I remember that, right? So we might get to choose, both us and the Leafs might get to choose our opponents. Loogie says some tough competition towards the end of the season. Yep. Every game but one in April is a divisional game for the Cats. Well, that's actually good, though, because that'll give them a little bit of, a little bit more motivation. I don't know if I have such a good feeling about this West Coast trip or the Canada trip. Meadow says Boston lost on purpose to Ottawa to draw Toronto. Okay, Yeah. Vincent says still waiting on Jaws takers. So far, no one is calling. Vincent, you have to market to the over 55 female crowd. You have to find an over 55 woman who got divorced, has plenty of money from the ex-husband. They'll pay through the nose. That's you have to market to the right crowd. Okay? I have a no move clause to anybody under 40. All right? Because if she can get pregnant, she's out. She's just off the list. Just completely off the list. Bucks Ray says the Panthers wanted the Bolts round 1. Yeah, I wasn't real pleased with that. I mean, it worked out fine for us, but choosing to play Andre Vasilevsky takes some cojones. Let's just put it that way, Dave. It's true, though. It's true. 55 plus. Well, they can't. There's no babies, right? They got their own money. Yeah, Dave said, I'm with you, but exactly. They can't have babies. They got their own money. And if you're good at what you do, they'll share the money with you, right? But they're plus 55. So you don't have as much competition. You know what I mean? It works. Great White, she's 10 years older than I am, actually. Karen was 10 years older. My ex-wife was 7 years older. Karen was 10 years older. But now I'm old enough that I can go young and younger and find a woman that can't get pregnant. Yeah, Dave says I'm 49. He has to younger look nice, but exactly. But right. But now I'm 53, so I could go 5 years younger now and have a woman that can't get pregnant. That's one of the advantages of getting older is that the younger women are older too. Craig says better add no kids and out of jail. Well, yeah, I think that's by default, right? Nick says, as much as I love to have a son to teach to play hockey, I'm fine with Dee Dee not being able to get pregnant. Yeah, it comes a certain point in the age, you know what I mean? Like when I was 43 and Kyle was 15, we could spar and have some fun and everything like that. And now it's like I'm just like, no, ow, don't touch me. You don't want to be in your 50s and have like a mid-teenage son. That's it's not the same. It's not going to be the same. Trey, look at Trey. Too much for you, Trey? Too much truth for Trey, right? Green said, I seen last night what happened with Kyle. Made him uncomfortable. Yeah. Great White says, no 70-year-old woman is going to keep up. Damn, keep up me? Keep up with me? I think that's what you're saying. Are you saying keep up with me? Or are you saying keep me up? Oh, Chris has got the question. Why will women reject you sometimes harshly and then turn around and be mad when you start dating someone else? Ding, 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 ding. Chris knows. Chris knows. Is because the harshness was fake. The harshness was fake. Basically, the harshness was so that if they were nasty enough to you, it's weird. If they're nice to you, they have a more possibility of feeling rejection if you don't want them back. But if they're really, really harsh to you, then there's a built-in assumed reason why you would never want them back, so they don't feel the same rejection. But then when they see you might be picking up with somebody else, they end up feeling the rejection anyway. Or like Craig says, insecurities. Right? Yeah. Either way, right? True says Dee Dee's sister married a guy 33 years older. My nephew's dad is 73 years old. Jeez, that's tough. Yeah. No, 73, I am going to be fishing somewhere. Let's just put it that way. Okay. If I have to be living in my van with Fluffy reincarnated by myself so I can just be down in the van down by the river at 73, that is where I will be. Bucksface says just heard Randy Moss is stepping down for health reasons. Was he doing TV or something? That's a shame. Tomorrow, Chris. Tomorrow. We got, let's look at the schedule. We got Sharks tomorrow at 6, and then God help us all next week. Tuesday, we got the Kraken at 10. Thursday, we got the Canucks at 10. Saturday, we got the Flames at 10. Monday, we have the Oilers at 8:30. And then Wednesday, we have the Wild at 9:30. And I had better get my stuff together before that Wednesday game. Jeez. Hey, Dana, how you doing? Hi, Dana. That's funny. Oh, geez, Nick, right? Meadow says, watch, we're going to at least a point in all the West Coast games and lose to the Sharks. Those West Coast games are going to be a pain. That's 10 o'clock is like ridiculous. How the hell am I supposed to stay awake to start at 10 o'clock? Trey says, I started dicking around with my fantasy lineups and the combo went there. Hey, they ask the questions, I give the answers. You know what I mean? We've all experienced it. I'm experiencing it now. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Do not get me started. Let's talk about Owen Tippett instead. Dave says Kyle ain't staying up. Well, Kyle will stay up. Kyle's up till 2 every morning anyway. Question is going to be how many of those games in a row. I know I can stay up, but it's just the mornings. That's what's going to suck. Is that the time the recap will be up? It'll be like 2. I like to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, go to the gym. Then we got the noon live. It's gonna be a odd week. Meadow says it's an interesting stat. Panthers are 4th in the record against top 16 teams and 20th in the record against the bottom 16 teams. That's about right. That's right. Buck says just drink coffee. I can only have so much though. Problem is if I take the coffee to wake up, I mean you can't fool your body clock, right? Even if I drink the coffee at 9:30 to be up at 10 for the start of the game, by 11, a lot of times for me, if I have coffee at like 10 o'clock at night thinking it's going to boost me up, I get like 20 minutes and then face plant, just absolutely face plant. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Chris says the bottom feeders are feeding us. Yeah, we're just playing. We're playing to the level of competition. You know? I mean, you've seen it against Pittsburgh, right? We're just, that was such a weird road trip. I mean, at least we got 3 of the 4 points. Feed the Sharks. Green says orange juice to stay awake. My stomach, especially coffee and orange juice. But no, my stomach doesn't do well with orange juice. I can have like a little sip every once in a while. It's weird. I can have oranges and apples, no problem. But the orange juice is just too much acid for me. Not a fan. No, I have some special things that I will not mention here on YouTube. I'll be all right. I'll be up. I'll be awake. It's the mornings. That's going to be the thing that messes with me because I like to get up and go to the gym in the morning. So I'm going to have to like take naps before the game. I did that a couple times last year. I did that a couple times last year where I took naps before the game. What did somebody say? Craig, 5-hour energy. I love those things, but it triggers the migraines. It triggers the nausea. Like even just like a little sip of Monster. If I have like 2 sips of Monster, it'll trigger the migraine. I don't know what's in it. Vincent says last time special things took me out for 2 weeks. No, that's what took me out for 2 weeks was driving the 2 hours to take Kyle and come back. And I was already nauseous and not feeling good. And instead of just resting, I filmed and edited 3 hours worth and did that last NHL fan video that I had done before the last one that I did. So instead of coming home and just resting my eyes and relaxing and recuperating from the drive, I did 3 hours of camera work. And then by the time I was done with that, that's what took me out for the 2 weeks. I just did not listen to my body and I overdid it. And so it is what it is. Green says probably the caffeine. No, I think it's taurine. A lot of those drinks have taurine in them. Because I have coffee a couple times a day. It doesn't give me a real problem. Great White says, I remember when I did a 1 a.m. recap, but I didn't do a 12 review. Yeah, we'll see. We'll just play it by 3. It's 3 10 o'clocks in a row, but at least it's every other day. Didn't we have like a back-to-back last year that Kyle did where it was like 9:30 one night and 10 the next night? I think we had a back-to-back last year. That's just evil. At least these are every other night, so I'll have a chance to recuperate. True says, let me introduce you to my little friend. You'll be wide awake till dawn. Right? Yep. Green says, I have a cousin can drink coffee a day, but a can of soda will give him a migraine. That's true. I mean, it is different. It is different caffeine. It's possible. It's very possible. I used to be able to do the monsters, but then my body just said, no, that was it. No more. I told you guys what I used to live on when I was a kid. I would work all day. Now I'm talking about when I'm, 21, 22. I would work all day. I'd work from 6 to 2. I'd leave work at 2 o'clock. I'd go to the gym. I'd do about a 2.5 hour workout. I'd get home at about 5 o'clock. I would jog 7 miles. It was 3.5 miles to the beach, 3.5 miles back, give or take. I would do that. I'd take a shower. I would go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is true, man. I would go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and get 10 of the little sliders. It's just a miniature chicken sandwich. And I would eat 10 of those, and I would drink a massive Mountain Dew and take 1,500 milligrams of Tylenol. And then I would go skate from 7 to 11. And then I would go to the club from midnight to like 3:30. And then I would drive home from the club, get home about 5, put the rods in the car, go fish all day. No sleep, nothing. And I did that for a couple of years. That's how I met my ex-wife. I was at the club. And then everything changed after that. Yeah, Great White, those KFC sliders. Oh, they were so good, man. It was just the chicken and the breading and the mayo and the bread. It was evil. What did I care? I was going to go skate and dance for 7 hours. It wasn't like I was going to get fat. Those things were so good, man. And they were like 25, 30 cents. I would get 10 of those in a big Mountain Dew. It wouldn't even be $5. It was great. Trey says the Chicken Littles, they still got them. I don't know what they were called now. I mean, you're talking 30 years ago, right? You're talking literally 30 years ago. I'm pretty sure they were sliders. I think that's what they were called. They might be called Chicken Littles now. That don't cost that much anymore, right? Yeah. Dave says, I met my wife for the club. What could possibly go wrong? But that's where you met people back then. It was, you're talking 1991, 2, 3. The atmosphere was not it was crazy, but it wasn't like it is now. You know what I mean? Like those Girls Gone Wild videos, the Daytona Beach, that was real. I mean, I know you guys know it was real, but I was there. That's how it was. It was crazy, but nothing like the way it is now. Now it's It's just changed. It is what it is. iDog says you're all making me hungry, right? Trey says it's a tender on a slider roll with mayo and pickle. They're like $3. Holy crap. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't remember the pickles, and maybe I would ask for no pickles. I don't remember. $3. Jesus. It was like 30 cents. It was 30 years ago, though. That's crazy. They're just like a little bit bigger than a $half, Trey. Is that it? Dana says RFK coming in and messing with all your poison drinks. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. I don't use it anymore. Every once in a while, if I'm sick, like if I'm sick in the winter, I'll use the little 5-hour energies because the vitamin B boost. But even then, I can only drink like maybe a third of it before I just start like bug-eyed. Vince says, I don't like pickles. I like them now, but I don't remember I don't remember there being pickles on them. I really don't remember there being pickles on them. But sometimes I'll say no to the pickles because a lot of the times pickles are soaked in the juice that they're soaked in is got garlic in it. And the last thing you want to be doing is at the club burping garlic from the pickles. So there's that part too. You have to think about these things, Vincent. You can't be at the club burping garlic. It ain't gonna work out well. Drew says I was a DJ all over Florida rave scene back in the 90s. Yeah. Green says in Canada they put mayo on all the burgers. Greg says a vitamin B complex works for me now. Yeah, that's about the only thing if I like a lot of times I'll go get a vitamin B gummy or two of them second period at a game. Dave says, "Hey, I think the noon stream could be longer some days. It could be a little bit. My jaw starts to hurt talking after about the hour period. And unfortunately, one of the things that I have to stop because Kyle doesn't get up till 12:30, right? And it's his job to find the stuff that I need to pack and ship. So if I could wake up in the morning and do the eBay pack and ship and not have to do it in the afternoon, you see what I'm saying? But a lot of times he's up till 2 a.m. working. So at least that's what he calls it anyway. He does good. He does okay. I ask him to do a lot. So it is what it is. The jaw starts to hurt after an hour. Vince says no sponsorship opportunities this year. All I've gotten so far is I don't know if Amazon changed what they're doing or whatever, but all I'm getting is messages from companies that have a product on Amazon, and you can tell that they don't speak English, and it's like a form email, and they want to send me the free product for me to do a whole review video on the channel. And I mean, one of the products, I kid you not, they wanted me to do a review of like this one piece that was men's thermal underwear. And they wanted me to like prance around in the video. But there's no money involved. There's like, I get a commission, but how many of you are buying a onesie? Right? So I haven't gotten anything. I haven't had any, but the views on the videos are just not high enough. The views on the videos are just not high enough for me to get a sponsor. It just is what it is. You know, if I was getting 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 views per video, it would be worth it for them. But it's 300 to 500, and it's just not. It's just not enough views on a consistent basis for them to merit, paying me for it. Unfortunately, that's just hockey. You know what I mean? Craig says I already have my trapdoor jammy. Green Loogie says I live in Canada and I'm not getting a onesie, right? Yeah, men's thermal underwear. I could do a video. Actually, that would actually be a funny video if I went through my email box and showed you guys the products. It's all Chinese junk, right? And we love your content. It's so engaging, and it's all broken English, and it's obvious. But they're gonna send me, it's a real Amazon product page, and they'll send me the product, and I'll get 10% if you guys buy it. But it's has nothing to do with the channel, nothing to do with anything. Like, I haven't found one product that I've looked at and be like, well, maybe just for fun. But I think the fun thing would be going through and showing you guys some of the products that they've sent me. That would actually be more fun than anything else. Craig says, Temu review Jaws may be worth watching, right? Yeah, no, really, sell our wacky waving inflatable tube, man. Yeah. Next, did it have the ass that opens? I don't know. Oh man. Yeah, that actually would be funny. I'll have to look at that. I don't check that email as often as I could, but it's like they have a form email that they send out. So eventually, I just assume eventually. Well, you know what I mean. Look, I'm proud of the consistency. I've been $1,000 short on my bills every month for 3 years. I'm proud. No matter what I do, I'm $1,000 short at the end of the month. Nothing changes, except obviously come playoff time. But then that evens out because the 3 months without hockey. So I have stopped worrying about it and just like, yep, that's what I make. And I just assume that at some point, eventually, it'll change. Oleshka says, hey, Dave, are you ready for Canada to become the 51st state? Oh, my God. This is going to be a crazy 4 years. Because that dude doesn't have to worry about getting reelected, and he is just going to say anything and everything. It is just going to be the most entertaining 4 years you could ever imagine, because he's just going to say everything, and the more people freak out about what he says, he's just going to say more. He's like the puppets. It's like the puppets, right? The more people say I don't like the puppets, the more I'm going to do them. So, all right. Yeah, thoughts and tariffs, right? Yeah, it's going to be high entertainment. We'll put it that way. All right, I got to run. I got to do the eBay pack and ship. It is warmed up to 38 degrees, but at least I'm not. Hey, Jake, I love you. I know you do. I appreciate that too. The fewer people now don't like the puppets. I think the people that don't like the puppets must have unsubscribed or just stop trying to get me to stop doing them. I like them because it makes it easier on me. So I don't, I could just take a stupid idea and say stupid things and it works because it's the puppets. Hey, thank you, Great White. Hey, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you, Great White. Let's keep Fluffy on the air. Oh, by the way, keep an eye out over the course of the next week or so. I'm going to make some community posts. I logged into my OneDrive where my photos are for the first time in a long time, and I found a bunch of pictures from when Fluffy was a puppy on his first day. I'm going to start crying. So I'm going to post them. I found a bunch of pictures from his first day. So thank you, Dave. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. Thank you, guys. Yep. Much appreciated. All right. I'll go cry now. I will see you guys. I'll do noon tomorrow for sure too. Hey, thank you, Nick. Thank you, True. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated, guys. I'll do noon tomorrow too, even though we don't have a game. Jake, yeah, I know, man. I know. I cried so much, like I just it won't stop. I know it. All right, guys. I'll see you mañana.